All right, so get this. We're doing a deep dive on Tesla today. More specifically, their new Apple Watch app. Phone Arena just put out an article with all the details, and
Hmm.
yeah, it's causing a bit of a stir online. I mean, you're probably thinking another car app, who cares? But no, seriously, this one's got some real potential. We're talking about turning your Apple Watch, like actually turning it into a mini Tesla command center.
Yeah.
I'm sure you saw Elon Musk hinting at this on X, but now it's finally official. The app is here, part of Tesla's holiday update, and it's packed with features. Obviously you got your standard keyless entry
Hmm.
and being able to open the frunk, but it goes way beyond that.
It's interesting how Tesla's positioning this app. It's not just a convenience tool. It's like
Yeah.
a full-on lifestyle integration. They're really leaning into that whole connected car thing.
Yeah, it definitely feels like they're trying to capture that active, tech-savvy user base, someone who wants to go for a run, leave their phone behind, but still have control over their car.
Exactly. And when you compare it to other car apps, like BMWs or Fords, Tesla's approach is much more focused on that seamless integration. They're not just replicating basic functions. It's like they're creating an extension of the whole Tesla experience right there on your wrist.
Okay, so aiming for a more holistic experience, but let's get down to the nitty-gritty, the user experience. Besides the keyless entry and Funk access, what else can this app actually do? The article mentions climate control, which I think is pretty neat.
Mhm.
Imagine preheating your car on a freezing day. Just from your watch, no more icy steering wheel.
Oh, don't forget about the battery level check. That could be a lifesaver if you're out and about and not sure if you've got enough juice to get home.
Right, those are definitely useful features. But I'm curious, do you think there's a risk of becoming like too reliant on this app? What happens if your watch battery dies or the app malfunctions?
That's a great point. There's always a trade-off with convenience. If all your car functions are tied to an app, any glitch or technical issue could leave you stranded.
And I imagine security is a big concern too. Using your watch as a key sounds cool, but how secure is it really? Could someone hack into the app and steal your car?
That's definitely something to consider. I'm sure Tesla's implemented security measures, but with any connected technology, there's always a risk of vulnerabilities being exploited.
It seems like there's a lot to unpack here. We've got the convenience factor, the tech integration, the potential downsides, and then there's that whole question of data privacy. Is Tesla collecting more user data through this app?
Absolutely. And that's a conversation we need to have. As these technologies become more integrated into our lives, it's crucial to understand what data is being collected and how it's being used. Yeah.
So it's not just about the cool features, it's about understanding the implications, both positive and negative. For Tesla owners, this app could be a game changer, but it also raises important questions about security, privacy, and our growing reliance on connected technology. We've covered a lot of ground already, but there's still so much more to explore. We haven't even touched on the potential future developments of this app, or how it fits into the larger landscape of wearable tech and the connected car experience.
And we can't forget about the competition. How will other car manufacturers respond to Tesla's move? Will we see a race to develop even more sophisticated car apps?
It's definitely a fascinating space to watch, especially as the lines between car tech and consumer tech continue to blur. Stay tuned, because in the next part of our deep dive, we'll be exploring these questions and more.
Picking up where we left off this Tesla app, it really feels like a glimpse into the future of driving.
Hmm.
You know, it's not just about remote control. It's about integrating our cars into our digital lives,
Mm.
but more seamlessly.
Yeah, you're right. It's almost like Tesla's blurring the line between
Right.
like car and smartphone. I mean, we use our phones for everything these days, so why not control our cars with them too? But even through our watch.
Exactly. And that raises some intriguing questions like, what happens when wearables become even more powerful? Could we eventually control our cars with just our thoughts or gestures?
Okay, now that's some next level stuff. Makes you wonder though, is Tesla trying to create like a closed ecosystem here? Are they pushing users further into their own tech bubble?
That's a valid point. This integration with Apple Watch is impressive, but it does raise concerns about compatibility and accessibility. What about Tesla owners who use Android or other wearable platforms? Are they being left out of this whole connected car experience?
That's true. It seems like there's a potential trade-off here. On the one hand, seamless integration for Apple Watch users, but on the other hand, it could create a divide among Tesla owners, favoring those who are already in the Apple ecosystem.
And it's not just about the tech itself, it's also about the user experience. How will this app change the way Tesla owners interact with their vehicles? Will it make them more reliant on their watches potentially leading to distractions or even safety concerns.
Those are some important questions to consider. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of new features, but we also need to think about the downsides and any unintended consequences.
Precisely. For example, there's the issue of battery life, using your watch as a key, and constantly communicating with your car could drain your watch battery quickly. Imagine being out for a hike and your watch dies, and you can't get back into your Tesla.
Yikes, that would not be a fun situation. It seems like there are still some kinks to iron out before this app truly becomes a seamless experience.
And then there's the question of user adoption. Will all Tesla owners embrace this app-centric approach? Some may prefer the traditional key fob, or even just using their phone.
Yeah, I can see some people being resistant to change, especially those who are already comfortable with the existing ways of interacting with their Tesla. It's a generational thing, perhaps.
Absolutely. And it'll be interesting to see how Tesla addresses these challenges and balances the needs of different user groups. Will they offer alternative solutions for those who aren't keen on using the Apple Watch app? Or will they double down on this app-centric approach and push everyone towards a more connected future?
Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, this app is a bold move by Tesla, and it's likely to have a ripple effect throughout the whole automotive industry. Other car manufacturers are surely paying attention, and we can expect to see similar innovations in the near future.
And that brings us back to the bigger picture. This Tesla Apple Watch app is just one example of how technology is transforming the way we interact with our cars. As wearables, AI, and other technologies continue to evolve, the possibilities are truly endless.
It's exciting and a little bit daunting at the same time, right? Our cars are becoming more like extensions of ourselves, blurring the lines between human and machine.
And as we move further into this uncharted territory, it's crucial to have these conversations, to weigh the benefits and risks, and to shape the future of driving in a way that benefits everyone.
Well said. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the specific features of the Tesla app to the broader implications for the future of driving. But before we wrap up, there's one more aspect we need to address, the competitive landscape. So we've talked about Tesla's vision, the potential pitfalls, but where do they stand, like in the grand scheme of things? How are other car companies approaching this whole app integration?
Well, it's clear that Tesla's really pushing the envelope here. I mean, they're not the first to have a smartwatch app, but their approach is arguably the most ambitious. They're betting big on this seamless integration. It's almost like the watch is a wearable extension of the car itself.
Yeah, it's not just remote start or locking. It's climate control, battery checks, even acting as the key. Are other car makers even close?
Some are playing catch-up, definitely. BMW, for example, have their connected app. But it's more about trip planning, sending destinations to the car's nav. Useful, but not quite as integrated as what Tesla's doing.
And it seems like Ford's leaning more into the smart home integration.
Right.
Like with their Ford Pass app, you can control your lights and even your thermostat from your car, but that's less about the watch itself.
Exactly. It's a different focus. Ford's emphasizing the car as part of your connected home ecosystem, while Tesla's making it an extension of your personal tech, specifically through the Apple Watch.
So is this Tesla move just a gimmick? Or is it actually a sign of things to come for the entire car industry?
I think it's a bit of both, honestly. There's definitely some marketing flash there, appealing to those early adopters. But it also signals a shift in what consumers are expecting. People are just used to their devices talking to each other, and cars are becoming part of that.
And let's be real, Tesla's got a knack for setting trends. If this takes off, we could see a wave of car makers all scrambling to create these super sophisticated smartwatch apps.
Absolutely, and that could lead to some really fascinating developments. Imagine a future where your smartwatch not only controls your car, but also communicates with traffic system, pedestrians, even other cars, all to improve safety and efficiency.
Whoa, now we're talking about a whole new level of connected driving. But are we really ready for that? There are some big questions about data security, privacy, even hacking.
Those are valid concerns, and they need to be addressed.
Yeah.
As we become more reliant on these connected technologies, we need really robust safeguards in place. And consumers need to be informed about how their data is being used.
So it's a double-edged sword then. On one hand, this integration has the potential to revolutionize driving, make it safer, more convenient. But on the other hand, there are risks we can ignore.
Precisely, and that's what makes this whole topic so fascinating. It's not just about cool gadgets, it's about the future of transportation. It's about how technology is shaping our world.
Well said. We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, from the actual features of the Tesla Apple Watch app to the wider implications for the car industry. and society as a whole.
And hopefully we've given you some food for thought. As technology keeps evolving at this crazy pace, it's more important than ever to stay informed, ask questions, and really engage in these conversations about the future we're creating.
Absolutely. So, to our listeners out there, we'll leave you with this. As you strap on your smartwatch and head out into the world, think about the power you hold in your hand and the responsibility that comes with it. The future of driving, it's literally at your fingertips.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.